Good evening, ladies. AC4YL here. Sorry for the delay, gals. I'm having an issue getting a proxy to work this evening and finally got one that will actually connect and let me connect to a water at the same time. It's a miracle. Oh, anyway, it's good to hear from you gals this evening. Hope everybody's doing all right. And we'll go ahead and kick this in. And give me just one more minute here, and we'll kick this off. AC4YL. All right, ladies, here we go. Welcome to YL.net. This is Catherine, AC4YL Net Control for the Humans Net. And every Thursday at approximately 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Echolink Alara conference node. Be sure to invite all YLs you know to join us. We ask that only YLs or female ham radio operators check in and participate. The purpose of this net is to encourage you to become and stay active with amateur radio, help each other enhance our operating knowledge and skills, and have fun. During the net, be sure to join us in the NFARL Do-Drop-In chat room by opening any web browser and going to nfarl.dodropin.org. Just put your name dash call sign in the box and click log in. YLs who would like to check in, give us your call sign, name, and current location. And don't forget that there's a 3 to 4 second delay when transmitting through Echolink. This is Catherine, AC4YL. We will now begin taking check-ins. Please call now.
KC9ZHV, Lauren in Albany, Illinois. Short time, no comments.
All right, ladies, I have Lauren here, KC9ZHV, checking in here with us. Good evening, Lauren. Welcome. I understand your short time. It's good to hear you on the net this evening. Hope you're doing well. And Linda, I saw you key up, but didn't get, I got just a tiny bit of audio from you, so feel free to try and check in again, and we'll go ahead and open this back up to check-ins. And I got Susie in the log here. I see her typed in here. Okay, awesome. All right, let's go ahead and take some check-ins, ladies. Come on in.
AA7SKY, Diane Gardner, Washington.
WA4YL, Dawn in Hudson, Florida.
KC9YL, Ann in Wisconsin.
AE7MB, Margaret, Battleground, Washington.
KD0WAU, it's Barb in Andover.
KW1YL, Brenda, New Haven, Connecticut.
This is Janice, K4IJK, Rhode Island.
Took a break there, hoping not to override anybody on this net. This is Carol from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Victor Alpha 3, Whiskey Hotel Uniform. Good evening, everybody.
Kilo America 1, United Lima, November. Nisi in Andover.
All right, let's go through this list here. We have Sky, KA7SKY, joining us from Washington. Dawn, WA4YL, joining us from Florida. Ann, KC9YL, joining us from Wisconsin. Margaret, AE7MB, joining us from Washington. Barb, KD0WAU, joining us from Kansas. Brenda, KW1YL, joining us from Connecticut. Janice, K4IJK, joining us from Rhode Island. Carol, VA3WHU, joining us from Ontario. And Nisi, KA1ULN, joining us from Massachusetts. And Linda, saw you key up and then didn't hear anything from you. So keep working on that and just put in the chat, excuse me, put in the chat when you're ready to test it again, and we'll give you a chance to see if you were able to get your audio working. And I see Ann has popped in here as well. Ann, WB1ARU, so good evening to you. I think that's everybody. Do we have any other YLs who want to check in this evening? Please call now. Okay, not hearing anyone else, and we have Melanie here, of course, with us, a G4YL, so great group this evening. Glad to see everybody on. Hope everybody's doing well. So why don't we go down the check-in list, and you gals tell us what you've been up to. Feel free to tell us how your Thanksgiving went, and anything that you want to share with the group, especially the ham radio related items. If you bought something new on Black Friday to add to your shack or your portable operation setup, or anything new going on with you, and if nothing new over the last week, if there's anything new coming up that you're looking forward to participating in any ham radio related activities, feel free to share those with the group as well. So first up we have, we'll go ahead and start with Sky, KA7SKY. How are you doing? Let's see. Not hearing anything from Sky, so let me try again, because it may have been on my end. Sky, how are you doing, and what's going on with you? KA7SKY, AC4YL with the group. Okay, maybe Sky's having some Echolink issues. I know I started out with a few of my own, and yeah, I think you're right, Ann. Looks like dewdropin.org itself is down, so that would be why we can't get in the chat if it's tied as a sub-site. So Maybe somebody forgot to pay the bill. I don't know. But anyway, so that would be why we can't get in the Do Drop In chat. That's okay. We've got the Echolink chat as a nice backup, so we can stay in touch that way throughout the net. That is awesome. All right, let's go to Dawn, WA4YL. How are you doing, Dawn? What's going on down there in Florida? And what ham radio stuff have you been up to? And how was your Thanksgiving?
This is WA4YL. Thanksgiving was great. Me and Mom made the turkey and the stuffing and everything, and everybody came over. And today I worked on WirelessX through my local repeater and got to talk to people in United Kingdom. And I talked to somebody in Denver, Colorado, and another person in California. And tonight I was tuning in on 40 meters, and I heard this funny noise. I sent a sample of it to you, Catherine. Maybe you play it for everybody here on the net, and we can figure out what that noise was on 40 meters tonight as I tuned in. So that was the gist of my date today. Back to you, Catherine.
All right, very good, Dawn. Well, it sounds like you had a great Thanksgiving with the family there, and that is awesome. And sounds like you're making some fun ham radio contacts as well. That is great. Glad to hear you out there. I got your recording, but I'm trying to make sure I know like what part exactly you were looking for. Wondering what the noise was, because you know, obviously there's your typical noise floor, staticky sound, but you know, I heard you kind of tune down and then back up again, so I want to make sure I know exactly what you were looking for. So was there a particular frequency around which it was like the strongest in the recording that might help me narrow it down to what you were looking for?
Well, it was between 7220 and 7222, and then it went all the way up to 7230. And it just sounded weird to me. I couldn't figure out what the noise was, so I figured I'd record it and ask you to see if you would know. And I just kept tuning up and down the band to see where it was the strongest, and it was the strongest up around 7.222.
Okay, very good, Dawn. Well, I'll go back and listen again and see what I could pick up now that I have that more detailed information. I'll look into it and see. But yeah, it's interesting. 7220, I think you said. Okay, I'm making a note of that. Okay, awesome. By the way, what I have found personally on 40 meters is it seems to be more sensitive to outside noise. And you know, outside RF interference, you'll tend to hear it, is what I've found on 40. So I don't know if you may also have a noisy transformer or something in your neighborhood there. But I'll go back and check out the recording again and see. All right, cool. So I'll get back to you on that, Dawn. Let's try Linda again and see if she's had any luck with her audio. KC8PKY, AC4YL with the group.
Well, you know, sometimes it's operator errors. This is KC8PKY. Hopefully I'm getting through now. Yeah, it's been an interesting week. I have a computer that we bought in Texas for just as a logging computer, and it's a Windows 7 computer. Well, all of a sudden it wouldn't recognize my password, and I got told there was no workaround. Well, just tell me I can't do something and watch what happens. I found a YouTube video, and I got it fixed. I can get on this computer and I don't need a password anymore. So that worked out quite well. So now I have my logging computer back up. Other than that, we had a good Thanksgiving, went to my brother-in-law's house, spent some time with family. And that's about it. So I will turn it back to you, KC8PKY.
All right, very good, Linda. Well, awesome. Glad you had a good Thanksgiving and got through that computer issue. Awesome. Yeah, there's always a workaround, especially when you're dealing with the Windows machine. Now, the workaround might not be like a fun one, but there's always a workaround. All right, very good. Well, it's good to hear from you, Linda. I'm glad you got your audio working. I see Rhea has joined us into RJ. Good evening to you, Rhea. We're just going down the check-ins and giving everybody a chance to come in and say hello and let us know what they've been up to and how their Thanksgiving went and what ham radio activities they've been busy doing or are looking forward to coming up soon. So that is what we're doing at the moment. And next up is Ann, KC9YL. So Ann, how are you doing?
Good evening, KC9YL. Nice to hear everybody tonight. Got my daughter moved to her apartment 2 weeks ago, so she's about 30 miles actually from here. So she's on her own and filling up her apartment with some nice things, so we'll be able to go visit her. It's actually the same town that she went to college in Appleton, Wisconsin, so she's enjoying herself there. Did turkey dinner last weekend by my brother. He always has a condo that he rents for the week, so part of his timeshare he got that, so we visited with the family. I haven't been spending much time on the radio, been kind of in a cleaning, decluttering mood, and I don't get like that very often. So when I do, I try to take advantage of it. For anybody with kids, the SantaNet is going on. Should be starting up in about 5 minutes on 3.916. If you've got 80 meters, they've been taking check-ins for the last little bit. And got out and shoveled about an inch and a half of snow this morning, and then went for a 2-mile walk, which I haven't done for several weeks because I kind of got hit with a little bout of plantar fasciitis, which is nothing like what you guys are doing with your knee replacements, but just enough to kind of throw me for a loop and make me quite a bit less active than I have been. So hopefully that's going to be on the mend. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. And hope everybody's having a good night. This is KC9YL, back to net.
All right, very good, Ann. Well, I hope that you continue to feel better and that your health moves in the right direction, because that's certainly no fun getting hit with something like that out of the blue. So I hope you're feeling better real soon there, Ann. And always good to hear from you. Thanks for the info on the SantaNet. You can share with folks here if you got kids or grandkids. You can certainly let the family know. They can get on and participate in that. And that is a lot of fun. It's always fun. So good to hear from you, Ann, and hope you feel better real soon. And glad you're keeping busy. And so very good. Let me pull up my log here. So next up is Margaret, AE7NB. Margaret, how are you doing, and what's going on out your way?
Well, good evening, ladies. We went north for Thanksgiving, visited my sister and some of her friends. We had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It was kind of small this year, only 9 people. Usually it's a dozen and a half. So I guess other folks found something else to do. But we had a lot of fun and helped her with some projects around the house. And now I'm getting ready for Walk and Knock which is our annual one-day food drive. It's coming up this Saturday, and we collect half of the foods that they need for the full year in one day. It's marketed as the largest one-day food drive in the nation. I've been providing communications for about 10 years now. No, 11 years. And it's a fun thing to do. You're out with the young people, and their enthusiasm just sort of makes the holidays. So that's what we're getting ready for. And other than that, it's making Christmas presents and decorating the house and that sort of thing. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you. This is AE7MB over to AC4YL.
All right, very good, Margaret. Well, it's great to have you on here with us this evening, and it sounds like you're keeping busy with decorations and getting things ready for Christmas. That's awesome. And that's amazing about that food drive. That is hats off to you guys for all of the hard work and efforts into that. That is amazing. So congratulations on that. That is awesome. Thanks so much for sharing with the group here. That's great. Let's see. Next up is Barb, KD0WAU. How are you doing, Barb?
Hey, this is KD0WAU. This is Barb. Doing just great. Thank you, ladies, for letting me join you tonight. Just a couple things I had on my list. My Elmira, W5N2C Michelle, that many of you know, she's helped me with my DMR radio, and I can now log into the WWYL on Saturdays, so that's kind of exciting. And our club's going to go to the hospital next week to bring Santa to the children over the ham radio. And let's see, our Local Ladies on the Air is going strong on Tuesday night at 8. And let's see, and I'm learning FL Digi for file and message transfer. So that's kind of what I've been doing on the radio. Thanks, ladies, for letting me in. And yes, it's been a busy season. Back to net control.
All right, very good, Barb. That's great. We're glad to have you here with us this evening as well, and glad that things are going well with the net on Tuesday night. I keep forgetting I need to make a list and a calendar and put some kind of reminders and whatnot. But it seems of late, by the time I get home from work, I'm just wiped out. It's pretty much figure out what's for dinner and then crash out and go to bed, unfortunately. But hopefully things will start calming down a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. But it's glad to have you here with us, and I think that's great. Y'all are taking Santa to the kids in the hospital. That's really, really cool. And I think it was Michelle. Maybe it was Leah. I'm thinking of. They used to set up like a Santa net kind of thing at the Walmart there. I think they do that every year. So I think that's really cool. It really gives some exposure to the kids about amateur radio and what it is, and you know, another form of way to communicate that's a lot of fun, and talk to people around the world and around the world using amateur radio, a simple antenna, and a radio. So I think it's great, and encourage the kids there in the hospital. I think that's awesome, Barb. It's so great to hear from you. I'm glad you could make it with us this evening. Next up is Brenda, KW1YL. Brenda, how are you doing?
This is KW1YL, Brenda, and I'm doing great. I had a good Thanksgiving. My cousin Joan came from Rhode Island. We always get together with her. And then on Christmas, we'll be going there to Rhode Island. And I've been asking on all my nets, I'm on a net like every night, what repeaters, where do you go on Rhode Island? Because I'm still not on HF yet, but I have my little HT and bring it everywhere. And last time we went there, there was nothing on the air that spoke English. They were speaking Spanish or Puerto Riquese, which I don't speak, so I was, and so now one of my friends gave me a list of repeaters that maybe I can try. So I'm kind of looking forward to when I go there, can I actually, find people on my HT to talk to hams in Rhode Island who go on UHF or VHF. But anyway, every night of the week I'm on some kind of UHF or VHF net at 8 o'clock usually every night. Tonight it's, of course, Echolink, but usually it's one of those. And so there's a ham thing every day. But no HF, we're making progress at Lake Haven. We've had donations of an HF rig and some feed lines. We still don't have it all together yet, having, from the rig, which is in the basement, to the roof, which is like 4 or 5 office stories high. So we're working on that, and at home we're making slow progress, getting little things that we need, measuring and doing things. So sooner or later, maybe next year, we'll be on HF. So anyway, that's about it for me. KW1YL, back to Net Control.
All right, very good, Brenda. Well, sounds like as usual, y'all got a lot going on over there. So glad you've been doing well. You've been staying pretty darn busy. So yeah, when you're looking for areas that may have repeaters and ways to communicate, you can definitely check out, I think it's repeaterbook.com. And you could do searches for repeaters there, and I think you can also, this is a side note, but you can also look at ones that may have, it's repeaterbook.com, where you can see, it'll also tell you, I believe, if they're active and online, and I believe it'll also tell you if they have Echolink set up on their repeater. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've looked, but I think that's actually on there somewhere. But very good. It's good to hear from you, Brenda. But yeah, check out repeaterbook.com, and then you guys can do that when you're looking for repeaters in a variety of areas, especially if you're getting ready to travel somewhere and you're wondering, if there's any repeaters or hams that you could talk to there. You can also do a club search for any ARRL affiliated clubs in the area that you plan on visiting. I know a lot of hams have done that before, and we'll try to find a local ham radio club and go attend a meeting with them if they have one while they're traveling, and meet a lot of hams that way, which is really cool. All right, very good. We'd like to welcome April, VE3BHG, to the net this evening. We're glad to have you here with us, April. And we're just going down, giving everybody a chance to tell us what they've been up to and how Thanksgiving went, and any ham radio-related activities, announcements, or anything over the past week or upcoming that they're looking forward to. So next up on our list is Janice, K4IJK. Janice, how are you doing? We're glad to have you here with us this evening. Well, Janice, if you're transmitting, I'm not picking anything up. I don't see you keying up over here. Maybe you had to step away, but we'll try and pass it over to you again. Janice, how are you doing? K4IJK, C4YL with the group. Okay, we'll try it. We'll circle back around to Janice in a few minutes. Maybe she had to step away from the radio. Not that anybody ever has to do that, right? Oh, no worries. We'll try again in a minute. Next up is Carol, VA3WHU. How are you doing, Carol, and what's been going on up your way? How's the weather up there?
Victor Alpha 3 Whiskey Hotel Uniform. Good afternoon or good evening, Catherine, and the group here. How's the weather here today? Cold. And you know I'm going to give you it in Celsius. About 0 today. They said it was going to go up to 3 degrees, but I don't think it did. We had a keen wind this morning, although it wasn't so bad this afternoon. Amateur radio related. Back in the summer, we went to an amateur radio flea market, and it was an outdoor one in the States, just over the border there. And I was looking around outside at the tables, and underneath the table, this I think I posted a picture of it on Facebook. There was this stereo speaker. But it was missing the battery in the back, and it takes a $9 battery that I found out I had to order off of eBay. I had the battery cover was there, but it didn't have a battery, so they had a price of $3 on it. So I thought, well, for $3 for a radio speaker thing built in, you can't go wrong, right? And it takes USB sticks. So I bought this radio, and I brought it home, and I looked the battery up, and I picked it up on eBay. And it was $9.50 for the battery, and I charged the radio up, plugged it in, put the battery and everything in, plugged it in, put some of my favorite music on a dongle or a USB stick, and it works like a charm. And my husband says, "You jammy devil," he said, "for $3. And I said, "Well, you were walking around in the flea market area. I'm surprised you didn't see it." And he said, "You're lucky when it comes to the flea markets." He said, "You always get good deals." I'm still off work. I saw the doctor last week, and she's put me off now till December the 6th when I get my final assessment. And I called the stroke prevention clinic today because I haven't heard from them regarding my ear, nose, and throat appointment. And they said that they haven't heard anything yet, so they're going to follow up with them on that. So otherwise, everything here is good. Put the lights up outside last week while the weather was still not as cold as it is now. So all our outside lights and everything are up. And I'll put my tree. I know a lot of people have their Christmas trees up already and with the lights and everything on. I still feel it's a little bit too early. So Saturday, my tree will go up in my rec room downstairs where the cat who lives downstairs, Ruby, she doesn't attack trees. She's so good. She doesn't even go near it. If I put it up here upstairs, my cat up here would definitely have a swing at all the decorations and this and that. So the tree's downstairs in the rec room, and that'll be going up on December the 1st. That's about it from here in Hamilton, Ontario. Good evening, April. Good to see you on the net tonight. And back to you, Catherine. Victor Alpha 3 Whiskey Hotel Uniform. Over.
All right, Carol, very good. So if anybody's going to Hamfest and want to hit the flea market for some deals, we got to take Carol with us. Awesome, great find. That is cool. Good for you. Well, hope your next doctor's appointment goes well, and everything is on the up and up for you. And we'll keep our fingers crossed for you on that. And you know, it's funny you're talking about cats and decorations and all that, and it's kind of funny because somebody posted a picture on Facebook. You know, when you have cats, you have one of two options, and one picture is of the cat wrapped up in saran wrap all around their torso and their paws, and then you have the other one where the tree's wrapped up in saran wrap. So it was pretty funny. Made me think of that when you were talking about cats and getting to the trees. I got 3 myself, so yeah, I can relate. All right, awesome, very good. All right, yeah, no plants in the house with cats. I got one that just loves to go chew up the leaves. Oh my goodness. And then promptly, anyway. All right, very good. Let's see, next up. Oh, and by the way, some of you have joined since we kicked off the net, yeah, the Do Drop In chat is down this evening. the actual dodropin.org site itself is down. So I'm not sure if they just need to get with their web host company and get that looked at. Maybe something just needs to be rebooted, but that's why that is down. So it's not y'all, it's dodropin.org that's down. So that's okay. We've got Echolink chat. All right, next up is Nisi, K-A-1-U-L-N. What's going on, Nisi? How are you doing?
Very good. So Thanksgiving-wise, I have a big family, so we had the dinner was in Providence, Rhode Island this year, and we had people come up from Florida, Maryland, Virginia Beach, New York, New Jersey, and one more I don't remember. But we have a great time. We have a great time when we get together. We all don't see each other much. We do chat on text and messenger and stuff like that, but we don't get a chance to see each other. Ham-wise, I haven't done too much because I had a full knee replacement, so I'm recuperating right now, and I want to be recuperating for probably 3 months. I can't. I'm trying not to go down to my shack for a while. But yeah, back to net.
All right, Nisi, very good. Yeah, it's always great to get back together with friends, and my goodness, a full knee replacement. Oh, well, that's not a whole lot of fun, but you take good care of that knee and, do all your therapy. From what I understand, that is one of the best things you can do after a knee replacement. Even when it's hard, is to stick with the therapy. Folks have most success when they do that. So hope all goes well. You have to keep us posted on your progress and how you're doing. But it's great to hear from you. And another reminder, everybody, be sure and check out Nisi's blog. She's got some great information over there. ka1uln.blogspot.com. So check it out. And you can find all kinds of cool stuff. Nisi's got some stuff on antennas, and she's got some stuff up there on FT8, and so lots of good stuff over there. Check it out when you get a chance. But thanks, Nisi. It's great to hear from you this evening. Next up is Ann, WB1ARU. How are you doing, Ann?
Well, good evening, WB1ARU here. I did miss a few transmissions because I had a phone call from a friend who's been out of town tending to her mother for the last couple of weeks, so we were catching up for a few minutes. Excuse me. Thanksgiving, we had 8 here. Tony and I do majority of the cooking. Pies were brought by guests, who included our daughters-in-law, son, their 2 kids, and Tony's sister and her husband. So we had too much pie. We had 4 pies for 8 people, and Isabella doesn't eat pie. So. And we're still eating turkey leftovers, which is fine. I don't mind that. Cooking leftovers is pretty easy. You either whip up some gravy or whip up some soup, or make an open-faced turkey sandwich or something like that. And we got plenty of dressing or stuffing, depending on your point of view on the name of that. Some cooked in the bird, some cooked without, but the stuffing itself is a meal without anything else. It's got sausage and spinach and all kinds of good stuff in it. Let's see what else we have to say here. Got on the net I got on 40 meters last night. Managed to make a very limited contact with Lisa down in Louisiana. K4LC, I think it is. I'm thinking maybe I left a letter out, but anyway, excuse me. We have made contact before, but it was not good conditions. A couple of OMs worked me, one in Tennessee and one in North Carolina, gave me good reports, but their signals weren't strong either. The band was just kind of closing down, I think. But 20 was no better, so it was even worse. So we'll keep it away and hope that one of the other bands will eventually wake up in the evening, and there'll be more chance for gals to get on. Been missing in action here a few Thursday nights, so I'm glad to be back on. And I guess that's about it from here. To hear all of you, and I just got the jingle to stop talking. WB1ARU.
All right, very good, Ann. Well, I guess everybody got half a pie. That's not bad. I'll take half a pie. Awesome. Sounds like y'all had a some good family time there, and that is great. But glad to hear from you this evening, Ann, as always, and it's great to catch up with you. And let's see, we've got, I'm just catching up on the chat. And Casey9YL had to run upstairs. She's freezing. So next week she'll remember to turn up the basement heat ahead of time. That's funny. All right, very good. All right, so next up is Rhea into RJ. Rhea, how are you doing? What's been going on up your way?
Well, good evening, everyone. This is Ann to RJ, and thanks. There's been a lot going on here. Thanksgiving was good. We didn't have any turkey. We had lasagna and sides and pie, and that was about it. I took part in the CQ Worldwide CW contest last weekend, multi-operator with K2TTT, and that was really well. Usually that station has one operator who he's Jewish, so he doesn't operate on Friday and Saturday due to the Sabbath observance, and then so I filled in on that time, and we made some good scores, 5.5 million points, so that was pretty good. And getting ready for the end of the year, holidays, and a lot of stuff. And I'll drop for a second. And of course, the big news. So, as many of you all knew, I was running for director of the ARRL Hudson Division, and I won. I won by a slim margin, but a win is a win. And we had 45.1% turnout, which is, I think it's a record, to be quite honest. I worked very hard on this campaign, and I'm very grateful. And there was a little blurb about it in the ARRL letter, if you subscribe to that, if you're a member of the ARRL. But I'll post a link on the website. 4 out of 5 of us won. The one that didn't win was Valerie Hotzfeld, NV9L. I was really disappointed, but she had some challenges that she was dealing with. You know, so that kind of put a damper on things. And things have been moving fast and furious. The first board meeting is scheduled in January. We're making arrangements for that, and ARRL, has been basically moving everything to get me installed, and I begin my term on January 1st, 2019 at noon. So I'll be representing Eastern New York, New York City, Long Island, and Northern New Jersey sections, but on the division level as a division director. So very excited. I get a front row seat to shape the future of the ARRL, and I'm very hopeful. And of course, my line is always open to anyone who wants to discuss ideas about enhancing the hobby. So with that, not much else, and I hope everybody's gearing up for a busy holiday season. Back to Net and to RJ.
All right, very good, Rhea. Yeah, congratulations on that. I know you put in a lot of hard work and time and effort to accomplish that, and it's definitely an accomplishment for sure. So congratulations on that, and best of luck to you as I know your work is just getting started. It's great to hear from you this evening. Glad you had a good Thanksgiving, and we look forward to catching up with you again soon, hopefully. So thanks so much for being here, Rhea. Glad to have you here with us. All right, next up is April, VE3BHG. How are you doing, April?
Okay, VE3BHG here, doing really well. Not doing a lot of ham-related stuff. I almost forgot about tonight. Sorry about that. I was busy making pastry for some tortillere that we're making for the weekend. And so basically that's what's been going on here. Also, I've been doing other things for Christmas. This past weekend, I was at Windsor, where my daughter lives, because my grandson it was his dedication service at the church, and so we had a really lovely time. I went up a bit early to help her, get ready for the thing, and their downside, like they had a storage area or room that they were using, and her husband had put all the plants from outside in that room, so they had to move all the boxes. And so they've been going through boxes, and they've been in the house for about a year, and it's time to just make sure that what they have is what they want to keep. And there was a Christmas tree down there. He's not really into Christmas, but I think if Jocelyn has her way, they'll get a Christmas tree. But I've been doing some, because I've been going through stuff too, been doing some repair work on things that I found that were broken, to decide whether or not, I really want to keep them and stuff. And making snowflakes, dishcloths, scrubbies, that kind of thing. And there goes my lovely clock. I can't remember what tune that is, but it's in the background there if you can hear it. That's my little Christmas clock that I put out when, for Christmas season. And our annual Christmas party is usually our kickoff for the Christmas season. And I've looked at somebody's wish lists, but I haven't actually done anything about it yet. I'm going to pause for reset for a second here. Okay, yes, deck the halls. Well, I've got a wreath on my front door. I've got my Christmas tree up. I've got Christmas tablecloth on the table. I've got, there's still some stuff that needs to be done. We have to kind of clean and tidy the place because there's stuff on surfaces that needs to be dealt with. But that's what I've been dealing with, is just dealing with all the stuff on surfaces that has to be gotten rid of or relocated. This is the time of year because of the party and stuff. So anyway, that's what's been going on in my neck of the woods. I even forgot, unfortunately, about our local net that was on Wednesday. It completely went out of my head because of other things that have been going on. And I usually chime into that one too, because we had some misunderstanding about last month's meeting. The hall was booked and they didn't tell us. So we are back to Thursday nights and in a new location. So the December meeting should go without a hitch. Last month was supposed to be tech night, and so this month is tech night because nobody got to show off their tech because there was no meeting. Just a misunderstanding, I gather. But and there's supposed to be a Christmas banquet coming up. If I get to go, that'll be wonderful. I want to try and be as involved as possible in the club because we've got a really good group of guys. So anyways, I'm rambling, so I'll turn it back to you, Catherine. AC4YL from VE3BHG.
All right, no worries there, April. April, and don't let all that baking go to waste. You can send me some pastry. My address is good on QRZ. Hi, I couldn't resist. No worries, April. The nice thing about this net is people can come in when they can and go when they need to, and it's just great to hear from you gals for whenever you can jump in and however long you can stay. It's always a pleasure to have everybody here. We're kind of like family, and the door's always open on Thursdays between 8 and 9:30. So great to hear everybody. It's a nice group. In fact, Jen's joined us, M0HZT, as well, and we're glad to have her here with us. In fact, she's up next, but April, it's good to hear from you, and glad that you're doing well, and sounds like you're pretty darn busy, and as most people are this time of year. I mean, you get Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and then everybody collapses from excitement and builds up momentum again for later on. But very good. It's good to hear from you, April. Glad to have you here with us. Let's see how Jenny's doing. M0HZT, how are you doing this morning for you? What's going on, Jenny? Not sure what was going on with your, if you're on a different device whether it's a tablet or a phone or a computer. But we saw you key up. We got some very, very, very faint audio there. Didn't really copy anything, and then nothing but really static. So I'm not sure if the mic gain needs to be adjusted on your device there, or what exactly is going on with that. But anyway, if you'd like to try again, Jenny, we'll pass it back over to you so we can hear from you. M0HZT AC4YL with the group.
Okay. Now I'm already keyed up as far as 5 on the old VU meter. Is that any better?
Sure is. Anyway, we can hear you now. Awesome. Go ahead.
I pressed my the wrong button then to speak. Idiot. Yeah, it's quite getting quite cold here. They say we're going to have hail tomorrow. I'm not surprised that they say about, well, it won't snow if it's too warm. It won't snow if it's too cold. It's got to be just right, hasn't it? Typical. We've been rather tired just lately. Kind of sleeping over. And then they're waking up about 3 o'clock, 3:30. Oh shoot, I've missed the net. Typical. Absolutely typical. Glad to hear that you're back home, Nisi. Just take it easy and do your physio. Back to you there, Kat.
All right, very good, Jenny. Well, we caught you that time. It was good to hear from you this evening for sure. And, you know, no worries. We know the net is somewhat difficult for you to make given the time. You know, being kind of, I don't know, in the middle of the night for you. So it's always a treat when we're able to have you on the net with us, Jenny. So no worries to hear from you tonight. That's awesome. Well, sounds like you guys are doing okay and hanging in there and staying busy, and that is always good. Everybody getting ready for Christmas Mass. Dawn talking about they have set up at their house, and she sent me a picture of the one in her room, which I love that little tree with the Ziggy on top. It's so cute. Oh, that's awesome. All right, very good. Let me see here. Let me check there. All right, Jenny is the last person I have on my list, but let's circle back around to Janice, who we didn't get a chance to catch up with earlier. So Janice, if you're back and nearby, we'd love to hear from you. How have you been doing, and what activities have you been up to, ham radio related and not? How was your Thanksgiving, etc.? A4IJK, AC4Y. All right. Still not copying anything from Janice. Let's see what else we have going on here. I think that's everybody on the list here. So I think we've gotten to everyone. Awesome. All right. So as far as activities on this end, I haven't been doing too much as far as getting on air over the last week, but Melanie and I are getting anxious to get a portable battery set up and going. So we're trying to decide if we want to go ahead and get one of those Bioenno batteries, or if we want to get, well, we definitely want to build our set, a set to use for when we do portable ham radio activations at parks and potentially used on field day. So we're looking to build a set with the LiFePO batteries. But in the meantime, until we can get the parts list together from OH8SPN, we're looking to possibly purchase Bioenno. And we may get that at Hamcation. We'll have to see what kind of deals they have going on there. But so that's kind of what we're looking at there. Another thing that we're looking to explore is satellite radio operating. So we've been doing some research on the aero antennas and watching some put together and learning about Flexer for satellite operation. And so we're learning kind of the steps, and I think we'll learn more if we can get out and try and work. So that's kind of what I do with Melanie. We've just been doing some research on that. So let me pause for a reset here. Okay, so basically the idea is, because as you all know, when Melanie and I went out operating national parks on the air, we hauled around this heavy deep cycle battery, and those weigh, I mean, it's ridiculous trying to charge that thing, haul it upstairs to charge it, bring it back down to put it in the car, and go operate portable with it. It's just crazy. So we're really excited about getting together and getting that a lighter, smaller, definitely more portable battery that will still allow us to operate UROs. So we're doing our research on that, and we're excited about that because I think we'll have a lot more fun doing our portable activations and operating together when we don't have to haul around such a heavy battery all the time. So that's kind of what I've been up to, and what Melanie and I have been working on for our ham radio activities that we've been up to lately. So Hamcation coming up in February, so looking forward to going down and seeing Dawn and Chris down that way. Hopefully they're planning on going. So that's about it from this side. So as far as updates go, let me pause for reset. All right, very good. Let me see here. There's something in here. I'm just checking this. If I can find the thing that I wanted to bring up tonight, if I can find it real quick, because it seems to have disappeared. Bear with me a moment here. So not this weekend, but the following weekend is RRL 10-meter contest, and in the letter that they sent out, they always have this really cool portion, or section I should say, called New HF Operators Things to Do. And in this particular one, it talks about the 10-meter contest. There's 36 hours of the 48-hour contest. You can operate. You can operate CW. So that's really cool. They encourage you to email people to let them know, what time you plan on being on, playing the 10-meter contest. And you can also do the 10-meter RIDI contest that is going on this weekend. So that's really cool. And apparently there is a first ever FT8 roundup happening on the 1st of December on Saturday. So cool stuff, lots of things going on in the contest realm. And let me see, there was something else, if I can find it real quick. Let's see here, where is it? There's a special event on, here it is, WX1AW at ARRL headquarters will be Skywarn Recognition Day bonus station. Let me pause for a reset, and I'll come back and tell you more about that. Okay, so Skywarn Recognition Day is Saturday, December 1st, so this Saturday from 0000 UTC until 2400 UTC. So all day Saturday on UTC time. And W1AW will be active as the bonus station WX1AW, which is the call sign of the HQ Dudes Recreational Deployment Team. It was developed in 1999 by the National Weather Service and ARRL, and this event is to celebrate contributions that Skywarn volunteers make to the National Weather Service mission of protecting life and property. So the idea is during Skywarn Recognition Day, you'll want to work as many of the special event stations that will be on the air from National Weather Service offices, contacting hams all around the world. So really cool stuff. It's open on 80, 40, 20, 15, 10, 6 meters, and 2 meters plus 70 centimeters. Contacts via repeaters are permitted. The exchange is really cool. So you've got your typical call sign, signal report, and location, but also for this event, you'll give a quick description of the weather at your location, since you're obviously, this is around the National Weather Service and celebrating Skywarn volunteers and the work that they do. So that's a really cool event that's coming up on Saturday. So for those of you that enjoy working special event stations, this one would be a good weekend to tune around the bands and try to work some National Weather Service special event stations. That's pretty darn cool stuff. Okay, another thing going on, I think Barb mentioned this, and somebody else might have mentioned this too, but December is Youngsters on the Air month, or YOTA month. So you'll want to listen for stations on the air with YOTA as the call sign suffix. The purpose of this is to show the amateur radio hobby to young people and encourage youngsters to be active on the amateur bands. So again, watch your spotting networks so you can find a lot of them, or tune around and listen for any stations that end in YOTA for Youngsters on the Air. It's primarily an IARU Region 1, which is Europe and Africa activity, but youngsters from the U.S. in Region 2 have attended Youngsters on the Air summer camps. So there'll be a lot of folks on the air, so that'll be a lot of fun. Get out there and you can work some young folks on the radio and encourage them to continue to stay active in the hobby, and that is very, very cool stuff as well. So awesome. All right, that's really all I had for this evening. Does anybody else have any announcements, news, updates, or anything else you wanted to share with the group this evening? Please call now, AC4YL. Okay, not really hearing from anyone. So we'll go ahead and close out. But if you're around and chat, we have to check in this call now. Okay, not hearing anyone. So again, please don't forget to post while out there between weekly related questions and group page. We'd like putting in this net whenever possible and making it available to all through YouTube. We would also like to thank alike to this Echolink conference node, the North Fulton Amateur, and all who are linked in listening for your ongoing support of this net. This is Catherine, AAC4YL, closing the YL net and returning the Alara conference node back to normal use. 33 ladies, thank you so much. It's great to have you on this evening. Take care. We'll catch you next Thursday.